This is Brazak Dalaraka, who helps me and I a lot spiritually. It's quite there a lot of the time. So there's a lot of people there a lot of times. Some smart people, British people, some American people. I've already explained in my AOKology video the nature of different stabilities and the symbology that they've been given in relation to the lettering in the English or Greek English alphabet, really. A's and O's and U's and M's. And M's are dichotomies without the full A. So if you have one Lord, you have a temple, like a triangular shaped temple, like an A is triangular. Or if you don't, you'll have M, two towers and divided and constantly fighting in between. OK is another one as well, like I was saying, chronology, Crow. It's not great. You can have A-OK then, which is good. That's as in there's religion and chronology existing together, and that's A-OK. So that's okay. That's pretty good. OK is not a good thing. Like, that's the way people say it's okay. It's not great, but people should not use OK as a positive thing. OK is Matrix, something like machines rule your world, or you're dominated or completely enslaved under OK. All clear, all clar, all connect. There's lots of different ways of expressing OK. Anyway, this is what I want to give to you people. Like I said in that video, on the back of your local priest, you have an upside down peace sign, as you have it, the peace sign you call it. It's weird the way they do it that way, because they're supposed to be Christian. I don't even talk about too much about the church being the Antichrist, but this is a kind of Christian symbol. So if they cried the union forever, they begged the union forever, they pleaded the union together forever, and they forgot about it, this would have looked like a Mercedes logo. There were 3 prongs. There's 1 and 2. One person is very important, like Agatha, like in very important, but the other 2 are okay. The other 2 are okay, but they're still very important. But so this is an ideal stability. This is very good stability. This is a good smooth stability. This is Mercedes logo, if you know it's German technology. Otherwise, you have about 4 prongs, and you have the 3 on one. Big 3 kill your baby. So the big 3 kill your baby. Big 3, and there's nothing to do with Big Farm or anything. There's 2 crows basically. Probably will be farm in some way, and then it's supposed to be 1. Usually it'd be something like a gypsy pope or something like this, a killer of the king or something, But anyway, what I want to tell you is anyway, this is why Zach Darker, Salaraka and stuff, and people might like this. So these big 3, these big 2 crows and 1 Theo crow, like the Pope, and 2 other crows. If everybody back during the nice and right period of Christianity per se, if everybody was loving Jesus, like respecting his torment, his suffering, respecting him and no other gypsy except him, because it was the gospel truth of the matter. Lots of people running around after Jesus saying, I'm the Messiah, I was the Messiah, I was there, Romans, and 500 years of people running around saying, oh, it was me. And then they realised we have to get the truth on this. And who's this guy from this little kid from Jerusalem, or Galilee or Bethlehem, excuse me, you know what I mean? Yeah, the truth is told. So anyway, if everyone, this is what's, you don't know the power of Christianity at all. Like, your churches and masses are terrible. There's like enough information there to do it, but it's not ever achieved. I'd have you all hugging each other, when you show the sign of peace. It's supposed to be a miracle you perform. But anyway, it's not easy to do. It's very true. But anyway, if everybody loves Jesus per se, during the period of Christianity, which I don't believe has disappeared, but it's been messed with and destroyed. Everybody, like all the nobody, not all the nobodies, but you know what I mean. Everybody, the more power they put into him, he takes the power back. It takes the power away from the people, the humans on the earth. So the Pope or the crows. And that's what the hippies realized during the 60s, and that's why they love the symbol, and they're waving it around upside down in that way, with the 1 on top of the 3. Because if they all were super Christian and super friendly and super loving Jesus, the gypsies on earth lost a lot of power. They had no power at all because everybody loved the Lord, and then the Lord is working for them as well. It's so as sincere as possible, but this still is a technique. So if everyone loves the Lord and works with them, he'll easily displace or overwrite these big 3. it's not a great stability. Even this peace sign is not a stability. It's not exactly the Mercedes logo or something, or like the BMW logo. It's not one of these logos, but it is. It's better than Big Three killing your baby. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's for Zach and the hippies all out there and everybody. Big conspiracy, and again we got 50,000. But yep, that's why they killed him, or they tried to destroy him anyway, because he started taking too much control over the temple, over the Big Three, and they started loving a proper Jew lord, either John or Jesus. Jesus continued on for John when they killed John, which might have been possible, I'm not sure, but they killed John and Jesus took the place of John. There might have been one or two by the Hyder effect. There might have been another person that also became just, but Mr. Jesus went right to work. Excuse me, went straight to work. Anyway, at the moment Christianity is destroyed, so I'm just letting you warn you about praying to Christ or loving Christ, because I know they've replaced it with a Rockefeller or a Stephen, I'm not sure, Rosenberg or somebody, or Vanderberg, or they're stealing all your Christian prayers. So if you're praying and admiring Christ at the moment, they're actually taking that discredit. They've done this under the name that's been stolen from my name. And it's terrible. It's really terrible. They're using this power, and it's it's the reason if you're in Africa, and a lot of people get they hear things in Africa, know things in Africa, but then they have say something like Derek Rockefeller as instead of Jesus, as their Lord, and they don't even know this. But then they hear whispers in the towns like, oh, they're all antichrists, and they're all murderers, and they're all infidels, and they're all degenerates, because Damien Rockefeller has assumed this position. So everybody under Christianity is very punishable, very, very vulnerable. So you don't have your Lord. You don't have. He's the Messiah. He's in the Lord, hand of the Lord. He is Messiah now. If he wasn't before he was dead, or transcended, or went on. So, and then you get 900 Christians burnt in Africa because they hear they're all monsters and infidels and antichrist because of Damien screwing with Christianity. That's happening a lot. So I was saying about respecting the one Lord, you can't even do it because it's all hacked nowadays. So, confessions even aren't safe. There's no reason to celebrate confession. Even kids getting baptized and stuff, I'm wondering how they're just getting baptized into Rockefellers. Things, yep. So yeah, but that was how you take the batter back, if we could do it. But I'm not sure how to do it. True me, and then I would do this exact same true Jesus as well. I wouldn't hang around being the king of the world. I'd just go straight back and do it. So yeah, that's how you take the power back.